Hello, my name is Bennett Lehman, and today I'll be telling you about why Major League Baseball needs a salary cap. The MLB, or Major League Baseball, is the oldest professional sports league in the United States of America. The game has had its ups and downs over the years, and popularity has come and gone with these trends as well. However, in terms of constructing teams across the four major sports, the MLB has always stood out for one thing: money. In terms of how the MLB is different than other leagues with money, baseball is the only league across the four major sports that currently does not have a hard salary cap system in place. As a result, baseball has featured some of the most expensive contracts in sports history, with all but one of the current top 10 most expensive sports deals in the entire country being professional baseball players. That one exception is Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs, by the way, just in case you were wondering. And one of these very expensive contracts currently sits at number 18 in the entire world. So this is taking into account, European basketball and soccer and all those other international sports into account as well, with one of my favorite players in the sport, Trey Turner, formerly of the Washington Nationals, my favorite team, and he signed a $300 million contract with the Philadelphia Phillies this offseason. And since there is no hard salary cap, baseball has oftentimes been a sport where whenever a big name player hits free agency, you can often narrow down the teams where they might end up based on the wealth and financial standing of prospective organizations. For instance, the New York Yankees, New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, Los Angeles Dodgers, and San Diego Padres boast the five highest payrolls in all of baseball, with the New York Mets sitting at the top of that list with a 2023 payroll of $303 million, an absolutely absurd number for a 26-man roster. For instance, the Oakland Athletics, who I will mention more in just a second, have the smallest payroll in baseball with a $43 million projected payroll for this upcoming season. Now, for some people, this makes the sport extremely difficult to watch, as many people feel as if you can predict what is going to happen, as smaller market teams will generally struggle to both sign and retain big-name players. Now, this can be both true and false at the same time. In the movie Moneyball, which starred Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill, the Oakland Athletics boasted the smallest payroll in all of Major League Baseball, yet finished the regular season with 103 wins before losing in the division round series to the Minnesota Twins. In short, for those who are unfamiliar with the movie, the Oakland Athletics front office utilized a statistical analysis system in order to find players who were undervalued by the market, and basically they were just looking for value in order to be competitive. While the movie is a classic, magical runs of teams with small payrolls are few and far between. Baseball needs to implement a salary cap in order to make teams more even. Although anything can happen in baseball, anyone can get hot or make a run at any time, an introduction of a salary cap would help to stop the growing competitive imbalance that is becoming more and more of a trend in Major League Baseball, and may actually help to increase viewership as a result. The NFL, NHL, and NBA, the other three professional sports leagues in the United States of America, all have salary caps, and it helps to prevent teams from becoming too stacked or overpowered with superstar talent unless players are willing to make sacrifices or take pay cuts. Finally, my call to action to anyone who's listening to my speech is this: think back to a time when you did everything in your power to succeed, but it just wasn't quite good enough. Think about how frustrating it was to watch someone else succeed doing the same task that you had just failed to complete. Now, imagine finding out afterwards that the only reason that they succeeded was because they had unlimited money and resources at their disposal, which made it almost impossible to fail. That's the analogy that I think of when it comes to why the MLB must institute a salary cap, and I hope that this message gets the point across. Thank you.